What's going on, guys? It's your boy Lil No Clout, and it's been a minute since we've been on iRacing, so here you guys go. Here's a brand new iRacing video. I've been playing it a little bit more recently, and I'm going to try to be a little more consistent at it. I want to be really good at this game, or simulator, for you guys who get triggered whenever, people call it a video game. It's a video game. Yes, it's realistic, but it's a video game. Get over it.
What did you say, nigga?
So here we are. This is a little bit of a later upload because I did this race late last week. I think I did it on Friday. It was B fixed on Charlotte Motor Speedway, and this is top split. This is my first race on Charlotte in the B class car, and it's top split. So right now at this point I'm just trying to work on my iRating, get that up. I'm trying to not focus too much on statistical goals because if I do, that's just going to get me frustrated. So I'm just trying to take it one race at a time, perform as well as I can, and if I have a bad race, it is what it is. So we wound up qualifying 4th. I believe my qualifying time was 29. I think we were running 29s here. It was like a 29.5 something. It was a solid qualifying lap. I signed up to the VRS, the Virtual Racing School, which is really cool because they give you data packs of all of the professional drivers, the peak antifreeze guys like Ray Alfala, Keegan, the guy who drives the 24, I forgot how to say his name, Bobby Zelensky. All those guys, they have data packs to help you guys get better at iRacing. So if you guys want to, if you want access to all the data packs, it's like $10 a month, I believe, and it's really helpful stuff. You get to look at their throttle inputs, their brake inputs, how much they're turning the wheel, what line you're taking. They walk you through the high line, the low line, everything like that, how when your tires get worn. It is pretty cool. So right now, going into turn 1, the front two guys get into each other. I try to slow down. I was thinking about going down to the apron, but I thought I was going to spin out. So I just tried to stay on track, stay low, and hope for the best. Here we are in the lap 5 replay. I try to let up a little bit to not hit the 4 too hard, but if I smashed the brakes, the number 10 would have just rammed into us. It was obvious that he didn't react at all to whatever was happening in front of us. But it could have been because the guy behind him would have rammed him. But it looks like he had a little bit better reaction time. He was able to actually get down to the apron. So really it was just a whole ass mess for the top 4 guys in this race. We get to see right here in the replay. I try to go low, but the 4 went low as well, trying to avoid the guy he spun out. So yeah, we have damage. And we wind up overshooting our pit stall on our first pit stop of the race because we're stupid and I haven't driven the B car in like a few weeks. So we take our 4 tires and we have around 30 something seconds of damage, so might as well fix it now because, judging by the way these guys are racing right now, there's probably going to be plenty of cautions. There's going to be a lot of time for us to make up these positions, so let's see what happens. We're restarting here on lap 9. A very unorganized restart once you get towards the back of the field in any fixed race. We're running the low line, I guess the 19 here. I had a lot of practice on this track, so I know exactly what I'm doing, or at least I think I know what I'm doing. And there's calamity going on in the beginning of turn 1, yellow on lap 11. We're going down to the apron, trying to avoid, but he slides down, and then we go back up the track and barely avoid him. I have no idea how I did that. This is what I was looking at in the cockpit view. I see him spinning in the middle of the track. I go down to the apron, I lock up the brakes so I don't smash into the 8 car, go back up the track. Bro, that was instinct. I was really hoping I wouldn't rear end that 8 car. As I shot it right back up the track, missed the 17. I remember the 17 was pretty pissed about this. We're going to be able to see what happened here from a far chase view. And really, this is just a lack of respect on the racetrack. The 3 is going for a move that just isn't there, and the 17 doesn't want to get the space to him in the tri-oval. And when you try to make moves like that really early in the race on the tri-oval, bad things are bound to happen. So it is what it is, just a lack of respect and, consideration on the racetrack. Yeah, you want to race hard, but you don't want to race like a dick. I mean, come on, bro. Like, go for a move if it's there. I know that the hole looks like it's there, but you really just don't have to go for that move. And when you're the 17, you got to give more space than that if he's that hungry. So it just really takes track smarts. It is what it is. It's racing. It's going to happen. So here we are on lap 16 for the restart. We're restarting around 8th position, I think, after absolutely destroying our car on lap 5. We managed to find our way back up here because we did not go down the pits. I was really evaluating track position over, the tires that we were running on for 2 laps. So I decided to stay out, and it looks like it's helping us. We're able to get a little bit of a pass here on the number 25. It looks pretty clean there. And we're starting to roll, get a little bit of momentum going. But the 25 is still to our outside on the backstretch. You're able to carry a little bit more speed if you run that high line properly. But if you run it too high, you're going to lose speed like he is right here. And we're able to make it stick on the low line, come back up, and that's a completed pass. But it was in this moment where the caution flag comes out again. The 19 comes up on the 11, and the 11 absolutely dies on the inside wall. The 19 doesn't know what he's doing. He loses control, hits the inside. That is a yellow on lap 18. And the 19 was just trying to come up and try to squeeze the 11 a little bit against the wall, and the 11 was lower on the track than the 19 anticipated. So that's how that happened. I don't know what the 11 was doing that low on the track. So here we are around lap 19, I believe this is. We decided to stay out again, gain a little bit more track position. But a lot of other people decided to stay out, and you know what that means? Wheel spin on the restart. So we get an okay launch off of the line, but the 24 absolutely falls out of the frame right when we're supposed to hit the gas, and the yellow comes out before we even get into turn 1, and you'll see right here what happened. See, the 24 absolutely loses it, hits the wall. Almost didn't hit the wall. It was the 12 that hit the wall. And you see here from the perspective of the 10 car, it's like he's not even trying to avoid the 12. I mean, there were people below him, but he had enough room to the point where he could have ran the middle. So I don't know what he was doing there. And it was at this point where I decided, you know what? I stayed out twice, might as well come in and get some fresh tires, sacrifice a little bit of track position to the guys who were already pitting the caution before. And I know the guys in front of me aren't going to get wheel spin at this point, so just get the tires. If I'm restarting top 10, I'm happy. And it was a solid stop, didn't miss my pit stall or anything, didn't overshoot it. So here we are on lap 28, and I believe we were restarting 10th or 12th. We're towards the front. You know, I'm not really worried about my track position right now because there's still a long ways to go. It's a 55 lap race. We're on lap 28 right now. At this point, I just want to have a clean race. I want to have a good green flag run, and someone's locking the brakes in the middle of the track. What is happening? The 16 absolutely stomps on the brakes on the tri-oval, and we managed to avoid it, and we stay green. So you see up there, the 16 hits the wall, comes down and hits two guys. They're sliding in the dirt, and 16 manages to keep it steady while locking up the brakes after hitting the wall. I don't know what happened to the guy that was sliding in the grass, but apparently he didn't come back up on track because there was no caution. So we make a pass here, and we find ourselves in the 6th spot after avoiding all of that calamity that was going on in the tri-oval. Just people running way too hard coming out of turn 4, and we're going to advance a little bit. We're trying to catch up to these guys in front of us. We're right on the back bumper of the number 20. This is going to be some fun racing for the next few laps, as you guys will see. We're taking the low line, he's taking the high line. He's able to hold the position a little bit coming out of the corner because he is carrying a little bit more speed than us, but we're still side by side going into the tri-oval because we're running that low line pretty well. I would like to move up the track a little bit so I can carry some more speed, but I am comfortable running the low line, so I don't mind. And there's not a lot of time left in the race, so I don't mind running the low line and bringing my tires up a little bit. And netcode strikes on lap 35. Now, coming out of turn 2, I was letting off the throttle a little bit, as you guys can see here. It looks like I would have hit the 20 anyways if it wasn't for netcode. But you guys see I did let off because I thought I had more room than I really did. I didn't think I was going to hit him because you guys see here on my screen I wasn't that close to him. But you see on that TV angle right there, it looks like I probably would have hit him regardless, but I was letting off the gas, so I don't know. That one's a little tricky. I don't think I should have hit him. I was letting off the gas coming off of turn 2 because I didn't want to hit him, and I thought I had more room. I didn't think I would hit him. But the game disagrees. Netcode strikes. I apologize right away because, you know, when I'm on the bottom, I'm running that hard. I'm assuming it's my fault. It was my fault regardless. I probably should have just ran it a little bit lighter, not stomp on the gas like that. And it is what it is. It happens. It's racing. So we got to carry on. Hopefully the 20 has a good finish, but we're more worried about our finish right now. Trying to hang into this race. We have new tires. We're going to test out a new line since the track has been rubbering up. We're running in the middle of the track, right on top of the groove. We don't want to run too high because there's no grip up there. We get so much speed coming off of turn 2. Look at this run. We're right on the outside of the 25. He gives us the space, and we're running that middle line once again. I'm just trying to work on my consistency, try to be as fast as I can. The fact that I'm competing this well in top split means a lot to me. You know, the strength of field isn't too high. It was around in the 2200s. You know, it's a moderate strength of field, nothing too crazy. But I'm pretty proud of myself. You know, there's only 25 drivers in here. I'm the 21st highest rated driver, and I'm competing for the win here. You see, it's a 5-man battle, including the guy behind me, and these guys are slowing down a little bit, so I'm going to try to cut down, get inside of the number 2, and it's not going to work out. We tuck in right behind them in the tri-oval. A few laps later, we get a little bit of a tap from the number 4. A lot of hard racing going on here, and the number 4 is going to try to peek to our inside coming off of turn 4. We need to hold this high line and try to carry as much speed as we can to not concede this position. So we're going to advance a little bit later on into the race. This is around 5 laps to go. The Force pitched me up against the wall. I'm trying to hold that line, and this is where we come to a little bit of disagreement on track, trying to fight for that middle line. The Force been running the middle all race when he's been on the inside of me, pushing me up the track. And when you're running at Charlotte and you've got the inside, whatever says goes in the corner. So we just come to a little bit of a disagreement over racing space there. It happens. I wasn't too mad. That was a lot of fun for the few laps that we were racing. And after all that, we wind up coming away with a 6th place finish in our first ever race on Charlotte in the top split. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I had a lot of fun in this race, had a lot of fun recording, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya.